Hey guys, this is Faith in Football, first weekly show. So, why we're starting this is to share how our faith can be shown through football as well. Because we love Jesus.
And football.
Yes. So the first thing we're going to do every single week is just pray for the league. So join me in prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you so much, God, just for who you are. We thank you for the game of football, Lord. We thank you for all these people that you have gifted to play, Lord. God, we pray for the health for these football players, Lord, physically and mentally, God. We pray for, right now, we especially want to lift up Andrew Luck, Lord. We know that he had to make a very tough decision, God, and we just really want to put his life in your hands, God, and support him in that, Lord, and just pray for no big major injuries to happen this week, Lord, even though it's hard in this game. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So, we have a schedule that we're going to go by. We won't always go over this, but we're going to go through a recap of the Bears-Packers game. In future episodes, it'll be a recap of all the games the week before, but the Thursday night game that night, because this video will be released every Saturday. So, after that, we're going to do a game analysis for the games this week. We're going to do snubs and dubs, which is a fantasy section that Jacob's going to be leading. The snubs, what do they do?
So one's that for the week.
And what do the dubs do?
They make you win.
They give you that dub. Yes, they do. And then we're also going to give our upset of the week. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start. First off, the Packers and Bears played last night. Very boring game.
Very boring game.
But if you like defense, which I do, so actually I had some entertainment, but there was a lot of 3-and-outs and punts. But the Bears defense, especially in my eyes, Roquan Smith and Robertson Harris, they balled out.
Can't forget Khalil Mack.
Well, Khalil Mack is expected to do that nowadays, right? So, not to take away, God, thank you for giving him that gift. Very entertaining. What about you? What did you notice?
The offensive play calling was not very good for the Bears.
No.
Matt Nagy looked like he was struggling a little bit, especially on that 3rd and 1 when he got to put Cordell Patterson in when he had Mike Davis and David Montgomery.
Yeah, running up the middle.
For a guy who's also never ran the ball up the middle and who doesn't play running back.
And if he has, it's like 3 times for the Patriots. Like, not very often at all. Very, very questionable call there, man. That's just, doesn't make any sense.
Bad play calling.
What about Packers? Did you see anything from the Packers?
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
their defense wasn't bad.
Aaron Rodgers was pretty impressive. Put up 10 points in 4 quarters.
Yeah.
But I guess the Bears defense...
Fantasy football-wise, he didn't do too bad.
Oh, really? I don't play fantasy football because I'm a huge Eagle fan, and it makes me not care about the Eagles as much when my fantasy players play the Eagles. So, he's a Niner fan, so he has nothing to worry about.
I do. They win or they lose. I win or I lose in fantasy football. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not the same way. So anyway, again, boring game. Matt Nagy, I think, just thought too much, put way too much thinking into it.
I think he went off script a little bit too.
Yeah, it's weird play calling for him.
I could play call a game better than him. True story.
Yeah, this is a face of belief. So anyway, let's...
2Y Spider Banana, whatever it's called. It'll work. It's John Gruden's favorite play.
Yep, there we go. So let's start our game analysis. We're gonna start with the Broncos and Raiders. So, would you like to start off here?
Yeah, the Broncos are going to win. Raiders are dealing with Antonio Brown's being a little baby. They're young at the DBs. Joe Flacco has something to prove. I think he's going to prove something. The running game's healthy. The O-line's healthy. Emmanuel Sanders just came back off that torn ACL. I think Emmanuel Sanders is going to have a good game.
Okay, that's good. You know what? I think you're right. I do think it's in Oakland, and it's a divisional game, so I can't be too sure what I say here. But for the Raiders, one thing I'll say is in their secondary, they got LaMarcus Joyner, who I think is a legit coverage safety. He's good. And I'm pretty interested to see him. I'm interested to see some of the younger players that they got last year with Hurst and Key to see if they step up. Really, for the Raiders, they're first round picks this year. I want to see if they pan out. Is Jacobs, that's right. I looked at your paper. Josh Jacobs, is he going to be good? I thought he was kind of a reach there. Even though, if you think he's the best running back in the draft, and you go him at the end of the first round, go for it, right?
Alabama running backs don't pan out.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, Mark Ingram, he's terrible.
That's one guy.
Derrick Henry,
he has not been good since he's entered the league.
Last year, the end of last year, he wasn't good.
Not really.
He had 200-yard games, I believe.
That's 2 out of 16-something.
I said the end of the year.
Oh, well, that's the last 2 games. Every team's probably playing their backup. I would rush over 200 yards, too.
I've seen you walk. I don't think...
Have you seen me coach? That's pretty good.
You are a good coach. So Josh Jacobs, I'm wondering about that. I do agree with you, though. I think just because he's an Alabama running back, he got pushed up, but he didn't even start.
He didn't.
So the other one, Abram. I love Abram, man. I think Abram's good. And Farrell, when he got drafted, I was like, Josh Allen is on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen is on the board. But when I look at the fit for their defense, Farrell might have been the best pick for them. You would have hoped they waited to get him, but like Gruden said, you don't get pass rushers very often.
That one you could have waited for, though.
Yeah.
But that is a Raider move, so it doesn't surprise me.
You know what? If he ends up being the best pass rusher in the NFL, we all know the Raiders will trade him in 3 years.
That's true.
So on the Broncos side, I'm interested to see Flacco too. I have another receiver, Cortland Sutton. Does he step up? I do want to see Noah Fant. I'm a rookie guy, so you'll hear me mention a lot of guys, but Cortland Sutton, he needs to step up and fill in that DT void, you know? So
he started to play well towards the end of the year. Started to get more looks, more catches.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to have a decent year. He's going to be starting alongside Emmanuel Sanders and I believe it's Hamilton's the other receiver.
Yeah. I really like Cortland Sutton coming out of college. So I hope he shows up. So my prediction for that game, I said Broncos Raiders already, but I think so. I'm gonna give a score prediction. I think Broncos are going to win 17-10. What do you think?
I'm going to go Broncos. I'm going to go 24-10.
Okay, there we go. Derek Carr, we love you. Faith in football. You're that. Show up. Prove us wrong, man.
We're asked to be traded.
Yeah. No. Yeah, if you want to know how that works, just ask your new teammate, Antonio Brown.
Or ask for a new helmet. Maybe that's what you
Get
need.
frostbite on your foot. Anyway, sorry. So now we're going to go to the Texans and Saints. So I'll start off on this one. Texans Saints. I think this is going to be a really good game. It's Houston at New Orleans. So New Orleans might win this convincingly. We saw last year Texans didn't start off well. They started off 0-3. But I'm really interested to see Texans, not the big trade with them losing Jadeveon Clowney, but they traded for Kenny Stills and Laramie Tunsil. I want to see how they work out because I think that whole day of trading, even though it seems like, wow, they got rid of Clowney for nothing, I think that whole day of trading might end up making them a better team on week 1. We'll see. I like their receiving core. Kenny Stills adds another deep threat with Will Fuller, and then you have DeAndre Hopkins, who's a freak of nature that gets to just tear up the inside. That's what I think will happen. I mean, I don't know. The Saints, though, I'm interested to see if their defense can take a step forward. I love Marshawn Lattimore. I'm a Buckeyes fan. Love Marshawn Lattimore, and I'm interested if Davenport shows any improvement. They traded a lot for him.
They did.
Yeah, so I'm kind of intrigued on their defense and their offense. I mean, I think we know what we're going to get. Kamara, Michael Thomas,
Breeze.
Oh, yeah, Drew Brees.
Breeze.
What about you, man? What do you want to see in that game?
You know, the Saints are at home in a dome.
Yeah.
Drew Brees excels there. That defense, I think, is going to have a decent game. They will have to watch out for Denard Hopkins, which is a gimme, but Kenny Stills could make a difference. Also, Carlos Hyde.
And Duke Johnson.
I think we got to watch out for my boy Hyde. He's healthy. He has another new slate, his 4th slate. Except this time he's the lead guy.
Yeah. Well, him and Duke Johnson will be.
They'll switch
50-50,
off, but
right?
he'll get the ball.
Yeah, he'll be the number one running. Yeah, that offense, they can be so, like...
I also don't understand how they traded away Clowney. I don't get that.
He was leaving at the end of the year and wasn't going to play anyway. The good thing is they got 2 really good players for him. That's a lie. Go ahead. Anything you... who do you think is going to win that game?
Packers, 27-21. Not the Packers, I meant the Saints, 27-21.
Okay, you know what? So it's funny because you mentioned in the dome, that hit me. I think Saints are going to win 34-21. I do like the 21 points. I think it's going to be convincing. I really do. Next we have Pittsburgh at New England. Woo! You go ahead. You start off this one.
You know, Patriots don't have Gronk this year, which I'm a little about, but they've got Edelman. They've got Sony Michel, James White. The offensive line's always good. The defense is always there. We'll get you, fantasy football-wise, we'll get you your 10 points every week. I think Patriots are going to come out and hit the Steelers in their mouths. Also because I don't care for the Steelers. But I think Big Ben, also he doesn't have Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell. But he has James Conner and Juju Smith, who I think will fit in just fine. If not, might even be a little better than those guys played there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know, New England kind of starts off slow sometimes. They do. Like a couple years ago when they lost to Kansas City, like 45-21 or something. They start off slow sometimes, but you're right. They're the team of consistency. You know you're going to get consistency from them. Their line's always good. Tom Brady gets rid of the ball in 0.2 seconds, so that's always nice. I'm sad that N'Keal Harry's not going to be there.
He is out for a while. I think
I think he was going to fill the Gronk void pretty well. They do have Edelman. They do have Sony Michel. Sony Michel is the guy I want to see on the Patriots. There's two guys. They're both from Georgia. They both were drafted last year that I really want to see on the Patriots. Sony Michel and Isaiah Wynn. Man, I want to see how they play. The defense, they're going to be Bill Belichick's defense, right? Like, they're going to be good. But Sony Michel and Isaiah Wynn, I really want to see if Sony Michel can take that next step where he's a top 10 running back. And if Isaiah Wynn can come play left tackle for Tom Brady. Tom Brady makes it easy. He gets rid of the ball quick. But you're protecting Tom Brady. Like, that's a hard job to do. Steelers, though, I actually, I love Devin Bush. Told you I'll talk about rookies. Love Devin Bush. It's all over the field. TJ Watt's a young linebacker. They have some young weapons. I think Edmonds is going to take a step forward this year. The story for the Steelers, it's of course AB being gone. You can say Bell, but they didn't have Bell last year. James Conner did fine. With AB being gone, it comes down to James Washington. That's who it really comes down to. And it's not James Washington to replace AB. Juju Smith-Schuster's replacing AB. Don't get me wrong. Juju Smith-Schuster, I love that dude. Good dude. Took some guy to prom. It was awesome. But James Washington, can he fill Juju Smith-Schuster's place?
I don't know. I think we're going to have to see. Towards the end of that year, he didn't play too bad, but we don't know because we don't have enough film on the guy.
Yeah. Preseason doesn't matter, but he killed it in preseason. So it doesn't matter, but when a person kills it anytime, that's always a good sign. So there we go. And he has some good physical tools. So my score for the for the Pittsburgh New England game is, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be 23-20 Patriots. It's in New England, so I'm going to give them the win.
I'm going to go 27-17 New England.
Okay, there we go.
Sony Michel's going to have a good game.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I'm starting him this week.
All right, so next we have the best game of the week. Detroit at Arizona.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for that game all year.
Oh man, here we go. I really think that this could be an NFC Championship preview.
For last place?
Potentially. So, I'll start this one. Detroit, Arizona. Arizona, it's obvious who you're looking at. Kyler Murray.
How's he going to perform?
How's he going to do? Is he going to be tall enough to fit on the ride of the NFL?
He can't clap his hands.
You know what, though? The short jokes, they get old.
Yeah.
But, man, does he look like a little kid out there playing with some older kids.
I don't think he's going to be very good, but that's my own opinion. He should have stuck with baseball.
Here's what I will say. He is an anomaly as an athlete. Freak athlete, right? Like, we can agree on that. With all the rules that protect the quarterbacks, if there's a time that he could succeed, it's right now.
It is.
So I am interested in seeing him. The other thing I'm interested in is the dynamics of their receiving core. Fitzgerald's still there. Larry Legend. I almost always kind of root for the Cardinals. I don't like the Cardinals at all, but I almost always kind of root for them because I want Fitzgerald to be incredible every game because he's an incredible person. They brought in Michael Crabtree, and they're coaching up some young receivers who I think have a lot of potential. Andy Isabel and Hakeem Butler.
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, too, yeah. Young guy came in last year.
He's going to have a good year.
He really could. He's probably going to play slot between the two older guys. So he should have a really good year. And for the Lions, TJ Hawkinson is like the only thing. I do love Darius Slay, but TJ Hawkinson's the only thing I'm excited for. Trey Flowers, I'm kind of excited for too. But yeah, the Lions are boring. They're boring, man. What do you think?
My boy getting no love at running back.
Oh,
Kerryon Johnson.
Yeah.
He's going to be a stud this year. That backfield to himself. He has nobody having to come in there and split his carries. Nope. That's his backfield this year. That's who I picked in fantasy football. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah, until he
He's
gets
a dub. He's a dub this week.
Until he gets injured week 2.
He won't get injured.
Yeah, I did forget about Johnson. What about Arizona? What are you looking at?
I'm interested to see how David Johnson's going to perform this year.
Yeah, that's good.
A few years ago, it just wasn't very good. The year before that, he was amazing. Last year, he did okay, and I'm interested to see how he's going to do this year with a new offense and a new quarterback who he's taller than.
Man, yeah, he's a tall running back though.
He's a big boy too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. I love David Johnson. One of my favorite running backs in the league. Real sad when he got hurt a couple years ago. What's your prediction for that game?
I got 27 to, I'll go 10, Detroit.
Oh.
I think Kyle Murray gets a touchdown. No. I think David Johnson gets the only touchdown.
All right. So they're playing at home. Nobody has film on Kyler Murray yet.
Well, if they watch his college tape, they
and we see rookie quarterbacks
Preseason.
play good in the NFL for the RG3, bro. Right? Like,
one hit wonder.
That's my point exactly.
Okay.
I'm not a true believer in Kyler Murray, but I think this game, Arizona's going to get a win. Everybody's going to talk about it for the rest of the week. Kyler Murray's who they thought they were. You know what? I think Arizona is going to win 24-20. 24-20, yeah.
We'll see. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could see Detroit winning, but Detroit's not a good team either, so I don't know. New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. It's a lose-lose situation here.
It is. Somebody has to win.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Dallas. You got Zeke back. Got Amari Cooper. Jason Wynn's back. You got a healthy O-line. Dak Prescott just got his contract.
Dak? You mean Elliott?
Elliott just got his contract.
Okay. Yeah, they paid Elliott a lot. Dak might not get a contract now.
We'll see. And they're playing the Giants. As long as Eli Manning's under center, they're going to lose every game. You got to have Daniel Jones play.
Daniel Jones in the preseason. Preseason, kind of MVP. There's another quarterback I'm going to talk about later. Kind of close to MVP for the preseason there. I do love Daniel Jones, but I'm an Eagle fan. I know that I don't like either of these teams. Just like when Tony Romo left, now Dak Prescott could carry that. Tony Romo was great for the Cowboys. Eli Manning's been great for the Giants. Last year, yes, he didn't play well. His stats, he statistically was better than future Hall of Famer now, Baker Mayfield. So, I don't know, there's so much hate on Eli. He's getting older, I get it, but I don't think he's going to lose you many games. I think he's going to kind of come in and fill his role. But he's not going to win you many games, and the talent on the Giants is next to nil. The only reason why the Giants have any talent is because Saquon Barkley. If the Giants make playoffs, Saquon Barkley is the league MVP this year.
I don't think the Giants will make playoffs.
I don't think the Giants will win 5 games. But if they make playoffs, it's Saquon Barkley. But the other people I'm interested in seeing for Dexter Lawrence, I want to see him come out, see if he can ball. Daniel Jones.
You know who I'm interested in seeing for the Giants? Though he suspended the first 2 games, Golden Tate. See how he's going to do. It's a new team. I don't know. I think he might play okay. We'll see.
Well, he's a good receiver, so I hope he plays okay. Actually, I don't. I hope everybody on the Cowboys and Giants, I hope they all stay healthy.
There is a way.
I hope they play too.
It's not a lose-lose situation.
They could tie.
They could tie.
Yeah, no.
And it'd be funny if the Eagles tied. That's funny.
No. So, anyway, Dallas, who I'm in the linebackers, let's be honest, their linebacker core, ridiculous. Their O-line is great, don't get me wrong. They have been taking steps back. I don't think they're the best O-line in the league anymore.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think we are. So, anyway, but I'm interested in seeing the running back that just got $50 million guaranteed, right? It's either 50 or 45. I think it's $50 million guaranteed.
I think so.
Who didn't play any preseason, has been out. Is he on his feet to start with? I don't know. It's a divisional game, so you never know what's going to happen in divisional games. The only thing I know about this game is that the Cowboys are going to win.
I agree.
24-6. That's my prediction.
Wow. I was going to go 32-14.
32-14, 24-6.
I think I just give the Cowboys too much and the Giants too much. That's a little too high. But we'll take it.
We'll see. We'll see, man.
I was going to go 0-0 with a tie.
That'd be pretty awesome. So, San Francisco at Tampa Bay. I'm going to go first because I know you're going to want to say a lot about your boys.
That's right.
So, San Francisco, I still think they're San Francisco and not of the 90s and 80s. But they have some things I'm really interested in seeing. Is their D-line finally going to live up to expectations? They could. Very well could. My thing, their receiving core. They had Dante Pettis from last year. He might play well. Marquise Goodwin, he took a step up last year. I gotta tell you though, Deebo Samuel, I'm saying this, I'm not a fantasy guy, but if I had a fantasy team without a good flex and he somehow was a free agent, I'd take Deebo Samuel. I think he is the only guy. Now with Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't need a number one receiver. By the way, I'm sad to hear Hurd won't be playing, but he doesn't need a number one receiver. But I gotta tell you, Deebo Samuel is the only guy on that roster that could be a number one receiver, in my opinion. A legit number one receiver. So we'll see. And then for Tampa Bay, Bruce Arians. I mean, I love Mike Evans. I love Levante David on defense. They got Ndamukong Suh. They have some things going for them. You always have to look at Jameis Winston. But man, Bruce Arians, can you do what it seems like nobody else can do, because even if they could, they don't have enough time in Tampa Bay? Can you make a talented team good? That's my question for them. Go ahead, you talk.
Well, we know Jimmy's coming off of that ACL injury. And from his preseason, he looked a little rusty, but he came back the next week and did decent. I think our defense...
Sorry, before you continue, a little rusty.
A little rusty. Okay, maybe he was really rusty, but I'm cutting him some slack, okay? Because that's my boy.
He was so rusty, the rest of the Niners team had to get tetanus shots after that, bro.
It's preseason. It doesn't count, okay? It's preseason.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Continue, my bad.
We will come out and win. I think our D-line is going to play amazing. I think Bosa's going to have a sack. I think D Ford has a sack. And I think Defoe has a sack. Okay?
Defoe's DeForest Buckner.
DeForest
right?
Buckner.
Okay.
I think Mike Evans is going to get shut down this week.
Oh, jeez, Louis.
Calling it, baby. I believe.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
He might go for.
Richard Sherman's going to have 7 pick sixes this week.
They won't throw to Richard Sherman's side. They'll throw to Jason Barrett's side.
And he's going to have 8 pick sixes.
Yeah. That's about right. Our offense, though, can't forget about the best tight end in the NFL. The best statistical tight end, too. George Kittle.
I love George Kittle. You can't just identify him as the best tight end.
Stats prove otherwise.
How many years has he done it?
3.
He's been the best tight end statistically for 3 years.
Yep.
No. For 3 years he's been.
For 3 years.
No. We'll talk about that later. Zach Ertz broke a record for tight ends last year too, and he really has been.
He also gets hurt a lot.
Didn't get hurt last year.
That was his first year he didn't get hurt.
You know what? He gets hurt because he has to play more than 16 games every season because he goes to the playoffs. Unlike George Kittle.
You guys just started going to the playoffs 3 years ago.
And when did I say he started getting good?
His rookie year.
No, I said the last few years. No, his rookie year was all Brent Selleck, bro. Like, I'm not dumb. Okay. Who's going to win? Tell me the score.
Ready? 27-10, San Francisco. Jimmy G's going to have a heyday. Naquan Alexander is going to get a sack. I was going to say pick, but I think he's going to get a sack.
Yeah, everyone's going to get a sack.
The whole team, we're going to have 11 sacks.
So, I do think San Francisco's going to win. It's at Tampa Bay. This is the first time I have the home team losing.
Tampa Bay's O-line sucks.
Even though, San Francisco is going to Tampa Bay and having a 10 a.m. start.
They've been playing
for us, 10 a.m.
They've been playing at practice. And
man, you know what? Since I love you, Jacob, this is a toss-up to me. I don't know who wins. I think they're both bad teams. Sorry. I think San Francisco wins 13-10. San Francisco, by the way, I think they're bad this year. Like, not playoffs this year, but I do think they're moving up.
We're playoffs this year. A healthy San Francisco team, playoffs. Wild card.
Yeah. So, Indianapolis at LA against the Chargers.
Andrew Luck's gonna go up. Oh.
No, too soon.
Too soon?
Too soon? We just finished praying for him.
We love you, Andrew Luck. But the Chargers, man. Even though you don't have Melvin Gordon, you still got Austin Eckler and my boy Hunter Henry. I think he's going to have a game. You got a healthy Keenan Allen. Though that defense, you don't have Derwin James.
Yeah. You know, there's... So the Chargers, they're at home, even though it's in LA. So Chargers home games aren't really home games. But they're at home. They have Phillip Rivers. I think you're sleeping on Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams is due. Like, he had a lot of touchdowns last season. I think he's due to kind of have a breakout year.
Wouldn't be bad to do it against that team.
Justin Jackson's also there, by the way. Defensively, Chargers, they have so much talent. Yeah, Derwin James is out. He's huge. That's huge. Nasir Adderley. Man, I need to get rid of this pen. Nasir Adderley. Don't sleep on him either, bro. Don't sleep on him. I wouldn't be surprised if he had an interception. But the Colts, man, when Chuck Pagano had cancer, the Colts came together. That team knows how to come together. Andrew Luck might be gone, but Jacoby Brissett is not the same backup quarterback they had when Peyton Manning kept going out. Jacoby Brissett is better than a couple starters, in my opinion. in the league. A couple.
It's better than
Jimmy G. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Better than Andy Dalton.
I'm sorry. Maybe actually. I would choose Brissett over Andy Dalton, but Andy Dalton is the middle meter guy. But Andy Dalton's the worst. We'll get to him. He's the worst quarterback to have on your team because he's too good to think you need a new one, but he's too bad to ever take you anywhere. But yeah, Jacoby Brissett, my boy Paris Campbell is playing. I just looked it up. He's playing. Look for him to make some plays. He's quicker than fast, and he's already fast. So watch Paris Campbell.
He's quicker than fast.
And he's already fast.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
He's like me. He can run a 4.5 40.
No, he ran actually 4.3 40.
That's why I say he can run like me.
You said 4.5. He's faster than 4.5.
I could beat him.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so him and T.Y. Hilton, I really like. Rock Ya-Sin, I do like him on defense. Man, the Colts defense being so young. You do your prediction first. I'm trying to decide.
24-10, Los Angeles. My boy Phillip Rivers, consistent fantasy quarterback, 22.4 points a game.
How is he in the first 4 games of the season usually?
He gives you 20 points.
I'm not talking fantasy. I'm talking win record.
He's not,
He's terrible.
Well, I don't care. I look at fantasy football prescriptive.
Prescriptive?
Yes.
Looking for a prescription for
Yep.
perspective. I got you.
Chargers are going to win.
You know what? That's my upset of the week. We're saving it for the end. I don't need to do it at the end. Oh, there's another bet.
I'll take it.
I don't need to do it at the end. I'm going right now. I think Colts come together against a team that's going to beat them 99 out of 100 times, but this is going to be the one time Indianapolis is going to go into LA and win 20-17.
Wow.
Yeah. I might look really idiotic after this week.
And I will let you know.
Yeah. We'll see. Upset of the week. At least I'm calling it the upset of the week, so I know how bad of a choice that is. Cincinnati at Seattle. I'm going to start this one. Seattle's D-line, they could be scared. We don't know what they are, though. Ansah might not play too well for them. Clowney might not fit in, and he's just now learning the playbook. But, I mean, they're playing the Bengals. So, their D-line, plus I do think their D-line's really good. Their linebackers are good. Their secondary is suspect. They are suspect. We all know it. But you know what? As an Eagle fan, I know this. What helps the suspect secondary is a great D-line. So, let's see what they do. Russell Wilson, at least top 5 quarterback in the league. He's great. He's going to show up. He's a playmaker. They kept Carson. Rashad Penny might have a breakout year. Tyler Lockett, dude, I love that guy. O-line is looking like the best O-line they've ever had. Will Dissly's back. Man, Seattle's got it going on. Bengals, they're missing A.J. Green. One of my favorite receivers. They have a lot of talent, but they never put it together, it seems like. So I'm going to give a different storyline. This is the preseason MVP. This is the quarterback we're waiting to see. When is Ryan Finley going to come in and take Andy Dalton's job?
Ooh.
When is this new Bengals coach, their new head coach, going to say, you know what? Let's give this young guy a chance. Andy Dalton, he's going to get you some wins. Not very many these days, but he did get you to playoffs. But he cannot take over and win games for you on a consistent basis. Can Finley? I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. We don't know that he can't, so the mystery might be worth it. That's the story for the Bengals. What do you want to see? Oh, Joe Mixon too. He's good. Stud. Go ahead.
The Bengals do not have A.J. Green. I want to see, how is Tyler Boyd going to play? How is he going to take that? How well is he going to play against that secondary? That's a big X factor for me is how's Tyler Boyd going to perform?
One question. John Ross. If he doesn't show up, what happens?
I think he gets cut or traded.
They should play. I don't know what they should play on that.
They should just, I don't know. They're just not a very good team. Ryan Finland needs to come up there and win.
Yes!
I like him.
The head coach has no loyalties to Andy Dalton. Marvin Lewis is gone. Come on. Put in Ryan Finley. Sorry, keep going.
Also, you might think it's a little weird. Giovanni Bernard.
I like Bernard.
I think he's going to do something too. He just got that contract extension.
He's getting paid more than all the Eagles running backs put together.
He's a backup, but hey, he's a change of pace guy. Joe Mixon goes down. That's a guy who could step in and play.
Yeah, Bernard's good.
And I have both of them on my fantasy football team.
All right, what do you think about Seattle?
Seattle. They got that D-line, man. Javion County can play well. We'll see. Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson.
Yeah. He lives faith in football.
I think Tyler Lockett's going to have himself a game.
Yeah.
I don't know about DJ Metcalf or DK Metcalf.
He's not playing.
Oh, that's even better. I can't stand the dude. He can only run straight.
I think he'll do good for the Seahawks.
I'm going Seattle 27-7.
There is a player to watch I want you guys to look for, and that's Poona Ford. He's the underappreciated Seahawks defensive lineman. I like that 27-7 pick, but since you said it, I'm not going.
All they're going to do is run the ball. Chris Carson's going to have over 200 yards.
You know what? I'm going to say 16-3. I think the Seahawks will dominate the game, but I don't think it's the Seahawks game to put up a lot of points. So, we'll see. LA Rams at the Carolina Panthers. That could be a good game.
I don't know. Isn't Cam Newton come off of a shoulder surgery?
Yeah, but he runs more than throws anyway. He was already inaccurate.
Christian McCaffrey, just give him the ball, you'll be fine, okay?
Stanford did it.
Give him the ball, you'll be fine, okay? But once you get that LA Rams offense you got to make sure those guys, you have to control the time of possession.
Yeah.
Those Rams offense cannot see the field.
Yeah.
If they see the field, Goff's going to spread that ball around. Gurley, Darnell Henderson. I think he's not going to be too bad. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. What's that tight end's name? Tyler Higbee?
Their starting tight end, I think, is Gerald Everett, right?
I think so, but they just put a contract extension for that Tyler kid.
Higbee.
Yeah.
He's alright.
So we'll see. Then their D line is just unbelievable. So that's just nothing.
Aaron Donald.
One word. 2 words. That's all.
Aaron Donald. Yeah, for the Rams, players to watch, defense, Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald. That's all you need on defense, even though they struggled on defense last year. Offense, yeah, I'm interested to see how Todd Gurley does. I'm interested to see if Sean McVay allows Jared Goff to make any play calls of his own. Like
Elvis?
Can Goff take those steps? The player to watch, I think, for the Rams, Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
And
we also want to see, how is Todd Gurley's knee doing?
Yeah, how's Todd Gurley doing?
I'm starting him this week, so I'm very interested.
So Todd Gurley, for the Panthers, Curtis Samuel, watch for him. On offense, on defense, Brian Burns, watch for him. I'm really, really excited to see them. I think their defense can actually put work in on the Rams. I'm gonna say it's at Carolina. Rams are gonna win, They're going to win 34-27, and it's going to come down to a last-minute touchdown. That's mine.
32-21, Los Angeles Rams.
All right. It's in Carolina, by the way. All right, Tennessee at Cleveland. I think this is going to be a good game. Going to be a real good game. I think Tennessee, look for A.J. Brown. I like A.J. Brown. I should make sure he's playing before I say that. But look for A.J. Brown. I think he's going to be really good. Corey Davis, he needs to step up, but he has all the talent. Defensively, I love the Titans. Look for Harold Landry to step up. Look for Rashawn Evans to take that step forward. I really like the Titans. I think the Titans are an underrated team this year. I think they're one of the teams that will grit their teeth and just go for it. Cleveland, man, they're a good paper team. I don't know. A lot of personalities, a lot of hype. St. Cleveland. I'm interested to see how all that goes. But the thing I'm actually most excited to watch, Myles Garrett with the pass rush, and then Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams. Ooh, baby. What about you? What's your analysis?
I think we got a healthy Marcus Mariota, which he hasn't been healthy in a while.
Yes.
I think we got them. You have a healthy Delaney Walker, who could be a top 5, top 10 tight end. He's a top 5 fantasy football tight end. You got Derrick Henry. Tyler, what's their tackle's name? Taylor Lewan. He's hurt, I believe. So that might be a little struggle for them. Their defense isn't bad.
Good.
What else?
Kevin Byard also. And the Dory guys.
The Browns, though, they have weapons, man. Offensively and defensively. I just don't think Titans are going to have enough to take this one.
What do you say the score is?
21-10.
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's in Cleveland. Cleveland has a lot going for them. Tennessee, I think they're underrated, but I think they're a boring underrated. And Cleveland's an exciting overrated. And I think week 14, Titans might beat Cleveland. But I think this week, with just going out there, having a good time, I think Cleveland's also going to win. And I think they're going to put up 28 points. And I think Titans will put up 24. That's what I think's going to happen. You know what? Let's make it interesting. 28 points and Titans put up 27. Okay. So now we have Kansas City at Jacksonville. Woo!
There's only one thing to say with this. There's a guy named Patrick Mahomes in the story. Kansas City wins 32-10.
Okay.
Nick Foles struggles in his first game as a Jacksonville Jaguar.
I love you, Nick Foles. You are faith in football. But I will say this. I'm praying that you do well. I just don't know if Jacksonville will know how to utilize you correctly. I question Jacksonville's culture, man. When you have one of your best defenders say they need to take a year off, probably not doing a good job at creating a culture that's healthy. When you have Jalen Ramsey, who talked so much mess last year, and then this year he's kind of backtracking, but then coming out a little bit like he's all over the place. You're not handling him very well either.
It's that owner, man. He's not a football guru.
Kansas City, though, they have some questions with Tyreek Hill right now.
Just got his contract extension.
I'm saying they have questions with his character. Character might not mean anything.
Well, it's the NFL. You can slap a woman and everything, it'll be okay. But if you do advertising...
We do not support that.
We don't.
We don't support that. The NFL does not support that. We love the NFL. They don't support that.
They don't.
But I think, yeah, Kansas City wins. They're going to go into Jacksonville and win. And I think, yeah, what'd you say the score was, 32-10?
Yep. Patrick Mahomes is going to be on fire.
I'm going to go 31-9.
Wow. That's really close to what I said.
I know. But I think
I'm one better than you.
I think Jacksonville will score 3 field goals. And I think Kansas City is going to score 31 points. I see more teams score 31 than 32. It's an easier score to get to, yeah. 4 touchdowns and a field goal.
True. We'll see. I like 32.
Go for it. I like it. And KC is one of those teams that they might just go for a random 2-point conversion. So, Baltimore at Miami. So we have one football team playing that game. I live in Miami. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Josh Rosen. That's the question to look there. Their talent, Drake, who they're trying to trade.
The Dolphins are the new Browns from years ago. They're the team who's going to suck, and it's the team where you start players against, where you started offense.
You know what? They're rebuilding. I'm okay with them losing. They're rebuilding. Don't fire your coach if they lose this year.
They're going to fire him.
Don't do it because you traded 2 of your best talents away for first-round picks, so you're clearly rebuilding. Can we just go ahead and say Baltimore win? Lamar Jackson, I don't think he's going to be great for his whole career, but this year he might really just set the league on fire. Be a storm in the league. I think Ravens win 21-3. Maybe 0. 21-0. What do you think?
I was going to say 21-3.
21-3. Earl Thomas, by the way, Seattle is going to miss you this year. I'm very intrigued to see you on that Baltimore team. Buffalo at the Jets. This might be one of the funnest games to watch this week. Not even joking. Go ahead. What do you think?
Wow.
Sorry, I waited for you to chew ice.
That's okay. The Jets have Le'Veon Bell now.
Yep.
Okay, it's Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
Sam Darnold has another year under his belt. I think he knows the offense a little better now. That defense is still scary with Jamal Adams. I think that's his name.
Yep.
Okay. And then, Buffalo. I think it's going to be a close game. You got Buffalo. I think the X Factor now is Devin Singletary. I'm loving that guy. He's a rookie. Josh Allen's there again. I loved Josh Allen in college. I loved him in the draft. He was my favorite. I still think he's going to play good. I think he's going to have a better game than Sam Darnold.
Ooh. Awesome. Yeah. By the way, Kansas City, look for LaShawn McCoy. I believe in you, Shady. Yeah, I agree with just about all you said. I think Sam Darnold is ready to take a step forward, which I did not like him. But man, he puts the work in. Like, you just get the guy credit. I don't know where Bell will be at, where his conditioning will be at, and he's kind of injury prone as is. So I don't know about that, but they got Darnold a better O-line. They got him a legit slot receiver, Jamison Crowder. I mean, I like the moves that both these teams made. The Jets defense, Quinnen Williams, Leonard Williams, the Williamses are going to be savage up front. Then, listen to this, I'm sure you know this. CJ Mosley is in the middle of that defense now.
I forgot about him.
Okay, well, you didn't know about Jamal Adams, one of the best young safeties, and Marcus May is back. Their defense is no joke. And now I'm going to go to the Bills. Josh Allen looks like a version. I don't know if it's better or way worse. I think it's only a little bit better if better, or way worse version of Cam Newton. He has a very high ceiling, very low floor in my mind. But the Bills, I actually like what they're doing. I like what they're doing. On offense, if you look at the Jets' corners, I really think Cole Beasley could be a big-time factor for the Bills this week. And their defense, well, they're consistently good on defense. They had an Ed Oliver. That guy was going to be the first overall pick and then just dropped off. I'm telling you, watch for Oliver, watch for Tre'Davious White. Man, the Bills, I'm telling you, they're going to, both these teams are going to take a step up. I'm going to go with, it's in New York. I'm going to have the Jets win. I think this is going to be a good game. Two really good defenses. 14-13.
21-14, Bills.
Bills. There you go. I want the Bills to be good this year. Now we saved the best for last.
Nope, you forgot one.
Oh, you're right. Dang, I missed one. Atlanta at Minnesota. Okay, I'll go. You did go first last time.
I did.
So Atlanta, they got Julio Jones, freaking nature. Keanu Neal's back, I believe. Deion Jones is there. They have a lot going for them. They have some new O linemen. I'm interested in seeing their offense without Tevin Coleman, which, by the way, in the Niners, watch out for him.
They have a healthy Devontae Freeman who has nobody behind him.
Yeah.
I think that's his backfield, man.
Minnesota, they have a lot going for them. I'm not going to name a bunch of names because there's only one name that matters. Kirk Cousins. Can you make this team the Super Bowl contender it should be? You have two of the best receivers in the league. Two top 15 receivers in the league anyway. Maybe top 10 even. You have Kyle Rudolph, who is consistently really good. And then I like Irv Smith Jr. for them too. So as I said, I'm not going to mention names. Kirk Cousins. That's it.
Kirk Cousins doesn't have a good year this year. It's time for him to go. Because when you have that good of receivers and a Delvin Cook there, and that great of a defense, I don't know, man. I'm thinking he's just one of those one-hit wonder guys. He has one good year and he's done.
He did have multiple good statistical years, but he doesn't beat winners.
He doesn't. I don't like Minnesota in this one.
They're at home.
I know.
That's a good defense.
But you want to know
Early
what?
on.
It's my upset of the week.
Woo!
I got Falcons. Matt Ryan's going to have a decent game. He has Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman. He's going to be good.
Okay, you know what? I like that. I like that upset of the week. I have Atlanta losing because it's week 1 and defenses dominate week 1. By the way, Atlanta has a good defense, but I'll take Minnesota's defense over them. Score, Minnesota's going to win 23-21.
24-14, Falcons.
Woo! All right, now the best game. We saved it for last.
Did you really do that?
No, that was actually how the list went. So I didn't actually do this on purpose. But we saved the best for last. Washington at Philadelphia. You go ahead. This will be a while, so you go ahead.
Washington's going to win.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, hey, Carson Wentz is back. Knee braces off. You got 5 running backs you can give the ball to. Just don't put a wide receiver in the backfield like the Bears like to do. Okay, you got Miles Sanders, who I'm high on this year. He's owned in 91% of the leagues in fantasy football. If you do not have him, go pick him up. He's going to be a stud, I promise. You got Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert. He's not going to be good. He's going to be great.
Okay, I was like...
Yeah, he's going to be good. That O-line is probably one of the best in the league, man. That defense is nasty, too. I don't think they're a great defense. I think they're good. But then we go look at the Redskins. That's Case Keenum just needs to get the boot. Let Dwayne Haskins in there, man.
What?
Dwayne Haskins, that's his team, man. I don't like Case Keenum. Dwayne Haskins is it. They got Darius Geis who's back. Another fancy guy you guys should pick up. Adrian Peterson's there. Who else they got? Jordan Reed's healthy for the first week. He might get hurt. We'll see. I don't have too much about this one. I got Philly winning it.
All right, guys.
We might be here a while.
Philadelphia, O-line. Listen to this. Jason Peters. Brandon Brooks. Jason Kelsey. Lane Johnson. And Isaac Sumalo. With our secret that's going to come out next year and kill it. Andre Dillard. Sitting on bench watching. I love it. Zach Ertz. Dallas Goedert. If you don't have a fantasy tight end, pick him up. I'm telling you now, pick him up. We're going to run some two tight end formations, and Goddard is no joke. He's not a joke. Our running backs, Miles Sanders, Darren Sproles, Corey Clement, and Jordan Howard. I'm not as sure as Jacob is on Miles Sanders fantasy because I think we're a committee, but our run game I do think is going to be pretty good. And Carson Wentz, man, look at all your weapons. Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, Deshaun Jackson came home, and JJ Arcega-Whiteside is here to play. Our defense, D-line, I like our D-line a lot. Hoping Derek Barnett steps up. Linebackers, they're iffy. But our corners and our safety, our secondary this year, guys, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a joke. Malcolm Jenkins, legit leader. McLeod, a legit midfield safety. Sidney Jones, tell you, I'm not going to guess he's a Pro Bowler because who cares about being a Pro Bowler. If he stays healthy, I'm guessing all Pro this year. All Pro. Now, I'm a homer, and that might be stupid, but I'm going to go all Pro. Avonte Maddox, great slot corner. Ronald Darby's back week 1. And Rasul Douglas, dude, I don't know if he'll ever start, but he'll get some picks. And if he doesn't, throw him at safety someday. We have a position of weakness is a position of strength for us this year. Eagle fans, listen to me. We should be excited. Redskins fans, you should not be excited because you're in the same division as the Philadelphia Eagles. And yes, I'm a Buckeyes fan. I want to say, I want to look for Dwayne Haskins and McLaurin. Probably not going to be a big deal. So I'm going to say look for guys and look for Montez Sweat on defense. They do have Kerrigan. Their defensive front is actually legit. De'Aaron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Ioannidis. They have a pretty good defensive front. They got Reuben Foster. He's okay. They did get Landon Collins. Interesting that. Josh Norman, also good. We're going to beat them. And we're going to beat them convincingly 31-17 Philadelphia.
24-14 Philly.
All right. So, we said the snubs and dubs. What are our snubs and dubs for this week?
Our quarterbacks. We're going to start with our quarterbacks. We're going to start with our snubs because I just like it. I'm going to go this week thinking of one or two that come to mind, but Derek Carr versus the Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay. He's failed to produce top 15 at his position in 9 career games against the Broncos, which means he's horrible against the Broncos.
Yes.
Okay. Another one is Big Ben. He's my snub of the week. David doesn't like this one, but I do, okay? Patriots Steve has held visiting quarterbacks to 15 points or lower last season. And he's a risk because he's away in New England. Doesn't play well in New England. He never has.
Okay. Derek Carr, love it. Bradley Chubb is due to do well, and Von Miller. Hats off to you. Big Ben. Okay, if you bench Big Ben, I'm not saying it's stupid. Like, it makes sense. You make good points. But, man, Big Ben is... he's a future Hall of Famer that is being told can't do anything without Antonio Brown. Bro, it is time to show up. If I had to choose a snub, I would choose, looking at these games, man. I would probably choose Andy Dalton.
Not even a snub. He doesn't start in anybody's fantasy football.
Andy Dalton is actually, if you look it up, he is a legitimate fantasy quarterback.
Probably for a 2-quarterback league.
No, he's like top 10 every year. And when he's healthy.
I don't agree with that one. Don't pick up Andy Dalton.
That's why I said it's a snub. So.
All right, and for our dub of the week, I only got one. It's the one and only Lamar Jackson. He's facing the Dolphins. Dolphins. Okay?
I like it.
Back then you would put a quarterback, whoever, or running back or receiver, whoever faced the Browns. These are the new Browns, the Dolphins. The Dolphins D has allowed the most rushing yards for opposing quarterbacks last year. And it's the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson's going to have a game. I think he puts up 20, 25 fantasy points. Probably not going to throw very much or throw a touchdown, but I think he rushes for at least 2.
I'm going to add Kyler Murray to that for my own opinion, just for this week. Go ahead. I love Lamar Jackson, by the way.
Then we have our running backs. We got 2 snub of the weeks. What do you know? It's a Dolphin player. Kenyon Drake versus the Ravens. He faces the Ravens D that only allows 3.5 yards per carry. And that's the second fewest fantasy points to running backs just a season ago. And, I had Kenyon Drake last year, didn't do too well, and he had one or two good games, and I just didn't like him. He's on his way out, I believe. I think he's going to a different team soon. I think we're going to figure that out soon.
Maybe.
My other one, Derrick Henry. I know, it's weird, but he's had a calf injury all summer, and he was held out of camp. He could be on a snap count. The Browns D has gotten better with the new acquisitions, Sheldon Richardson, Olivier Vernon. They got Greedy Williams.
He can't tackle.
You're right.
So he doesn't help the run defense.
He might have learned how to tackle.
But he does help the pass defense.
They have Myles Garrett, too.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, freak. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald.
All right, and my dubs, running back of the week, Kerryon Johnson versus the Cardinals. One word, workhorse. He's the workhorse.
Can I give a snub?
Yes.
Le'Veon Bell against the Bills.
Oh!
I want. He hasn't played in a year. Didn't show up for any of the offseason. Didn't play any preseason. Dude, that guy could be eating donuts all week.
Well, it's Le'Veon Bell.
I don't care.
I personally don't care for the guy nor the team.
I think that the Bills have a legit defense. Ed Oliver is going to stuff up that middle. I like their whole front. I don't know. I think Bell and your dub. I like your dub a lot. Marlon Mack also.
Now we got receivers. My dub of the week. We're going to start with the dub. Julian Edelman versus Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a PPR stud last year. He averaged 9 targets and had over 17 fantasy points per game. Though he is dealing with a thumb injury, I think he'll be okay. They're going to probably wrap it or something. And Pittsburgh defense gave up over an average 18 fantasy points for a wide receiver. My other, I only have one. My sit of the week. A lot of people probably won't like it, but I'm going T.Y. Hilton.
Paris Campbell's going to take over.
I think his stock took a little once Andrew Luck hit that retirement button. Okay, So he's no longer a must start for me.
Last time Luck got hurt, though, T.Y. Hilton still produced.
He's also getting covered by who?
Who are they playing?
Casey Hayward. Chargers. Casey Hayward's going to be on him. And the Bolts also allowed the fourth fewest points to wide receivers last year. Now we're going to go to tight ends.
Wait, can I do one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dub Curtis Samuel for the Panthers against the Rams.
Over DJ Moore?
Yes. Over DJ Moore.
Oh.
I'm telling you, Samuel is going to have a... I'm an Ohio State fan. Samuel is going to have a breakout game.
Over Kelvin Benjamin?
So DJ Moore is going to be getting covered by Keith Talib, and that's the only true secondary player I am scared of on the Rams. So that's why I say Curtis Samuel. Yeah, I couldn't go with Devin Funches because he's also not on the team anymore. And snub, I like your snub actually a lot. Keenan Allen too. I think Mike Williams will have the big game for the Chargers.
I just deleted my snub, my start of the week for tight end. I got it. My dub of the week for tight end is Hunter Henry. He's healthy. He's coming back. He plays the Colts. Don't think the Colts are ready for him. He can be a top 5 tight end in the league. He was before he got hurt, okay? So he's going to return. He's healthy. No defense in the league allowed more catches or receiving yards position than them, the Colts. I think Hunter Henry's going to have a great year. And I drafted him this year, and I'm starting him, so he really needs to have one.
Dallas Goedert. That's my dub of the week for tight end.
But we'll see. I don't know about that one.
Dubs are people who you don't expect to be good.
No,
right?
dubs are the ones we do expect.
No, I'm saying like they're sleeper type guys, like, right?
And they're kind of.
Because if I'm going to say dub, I'm going to go with George Kittle.
Yeah.
But he's like top 3 tight end in the league.
Well, then you wouldn't do top 3. Then you do like 5 and over. Like you wouldn't do Zeke in it or like that.
I'm not saying I think Goddard will be the number 1 tight end, but I'm saying I think he deserves to be starting on somebody's fantasy team in your league this week.
Well, my fantasy players in my team, they suck.
Redskins suck against tight ends, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's legitimate.
My snub of the week, Greg Olsen. Though that is Cam Newton's comfort blanket, he likes to throw to him a lot. He gets 8 to 10 catches a game, but I believe he was hurt all last season. Okay? And he hasn't played in 16 games in over 2 years. So he's injury prone. Plays against the Rams defense, which is the Rams defense. And I believe he'll have to deal with Eric Whittle. So those are mine.
My snub would be Njoku. Him against Kevin Byard.
He was actually another snub of the week that I was thinking of.
There we go. Him against the Titans linebackers with Kevin Byard. Titans defense is legit, guys. So we already said our upsets. I have the Colts beating the Chargers. Oh man, I just really feel like they're going to come together. Worst mistake of my life, probably choosing them, but that's my upset of the week. And your upset is
Atlanta versus Minnesota.
Who's going to win?
Atlanta, duh.
So thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully this is a weekly thing. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. In future weeks, it'll be a little bit shorter because we won't be explaining everything. But, yeah, thank you guys.